asking the question.
Start over.
Where do we start? Yeah, what was the first question? I don't remember.
How long does it take?
Why you?
How long is it going to take you to produce this thing?
I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take to produce, but yeah, like I said before, every day I'm thinking about what I want to write about navigation for that day, what we brought, and whether it was the right stuff to bring. And that's how I want to lay it out in the book. A trail guidebook shouldn't just be, well, you can get trail guidebooks that are, you start in this parking lot, and this is how to get there, and then you go so many miles, intensive miles to get to your objective or whatever, and you bring the kids or not, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is largely just designed for the thru hiker, so that they know how to prepare, so that they have a good, safe, fun time. That's what it's all about. The snow courses are for free, so that they have an idea of the skills they need before they get in trouble out there. So the snow guidebook would begin with why we go out in the snow. First question, why do you guys do this? And then proceed into, okay, now that we know why, now how? And then once you know how, through all the different categories, from like Colin Fletcher did, he organized the kitchen stuff. Pots, pans, utensils, junk like that. Bedroom, sleeping bags, pads. He went through all the stuff, but snow related to the snow. Why do I want to have a 15-degree below bag? That's absurd to a thru hiker.
Yeah, but if this is going to be a proposed 4-part series, would this equipment checklist be a part of it? Or do you see this as a guide for somebody who wants to complete both trails? Does that make sense? Or would, as each edition comes out, would the equipment section be a precursor always with new equipment as what changes?
Okay, the way I would see that is, if a person's planning, say you got a guy who lives in Florida and he wants to do it southbound. So he realizes he's going to start June 1st, June 15th, and there's going to be a lot of snow. Well, he's not going to buy the Southern California northbound book to get the preparation info and planning and all that stuff. It's going to have to be duplicated into the southbound book. So the beginnings of each guidebook would be the same, but when you get to the actual on-trail stuff, that'll be different to help both types of people.
So if somebody was to purchase all 4 parts,
there'd only be 2 parts, southbound and northbound.
2 trails.
Same trail. Just one you start in Canada and go south.
But if you do the CDT as well.
Yeah.
And then you do the CDT. So yeah, there's before.
So if they were to do the 4 parts, in the opening section, or what I don't know what technical term is.
The beginnings.
Prelude, precursor, whatever.
Yeah.
That section of the book, all about hardware and whatever.
Hardware, software, equipment, and why, and how to prepare emotionally for it.
That's pretty much the same.
Yes.
For all
4.
For all 4.
Except.
But it differs when you use them. Like, if you were to go northbound on the PCT, you wouldn't start off with snowshoes.
Oh, sure.
On southbound, you would, though.
Southbound, you would. Right.
Alright, so there'll be
there's subtle
minute
differences.
variations, but
right, just like the snow's different in Colorado than it is out here. So how you deal with the whole issue of self-arrest and snowshoes and avalanche beacons and stuff like that can be completely different. The stability of the maritime snow is hugely different than Colorado. We have so much more consolidation of the pack, it's so much safer. That's what we're experiencing this year is wild because we're getting such late snowstorms on a consolidated pack. So it's pretty different, but it brings out that whole issue. You get a foot of snow on an icy consolidated snow mass, but you got to hang around for a day, let everything settle down. Thru hikers don't even comprehend that. They don't even think about what's under their feet. That's why we talk about the snow pits. It's got nothing to do with something that they're really going to apply, but it makes them start thinking, what's below my feet? Usually it's just dirt.
right.
So they don't even think about that. Maybe they'll think about a root or a rock they can see. But gosh, fall through that stuff we were falling through yesterday? That's Greek to them. They understand post holing because the snow's soft. They don't understand stepping onto a submerged tree. Or bush, like yesterday. And what happens when the pine cone sits on the top of the snow and gets heated up by the sun and makes that big cup? Remember some of those things we saw yesterday? from the coyote poop to these weird shaped branches that melted out in their curved shapes.
And
That was really cool.
I remember on that meadow, there was must have been like some sort of like dew freezing or something, because there were some holes that were completely covered, or
Yeah.
looked like they were,
Yeah.
but you could see through them a little bit, so
Yeah.
you knew that they were holes.
So you stab
And
them with your.
Yeah, and if you were to fall on it, that would hurt so bad.
Oh yeah. Well, you were
Be
looking
free
at.
fall.
You were looking
Yeah,
at one in
there's
Ash Meadow, and you were saying you didn't think. You said that was because of what? Remember you were telling me?
Oh, it looked like, you know, an acorn or something, or a pine cone fell, and then was given, you know, a couple weeks of just straight sun and
Yeah.
radiated, because you saw the
Because
different.
it was a perfect shaped hole.
And it was different arches. Like it looked like it had gone one and then gone another, fell
Yeah.
farther
Yeah.
through a different period, and then snow covered over it. Somehow, it's wild to think that it would cover a hole smooth over the top. I don't know how that would work.
Probably the same way that that freezing thing that I was talking about happened,
Maybe.
because that was just the very top surface of that thing.
But all those issues, those safety issues, all need to be in the beginning of each book, because it's all snow related, and it's not what the summer hiker, especially the ultralight hiker, is thinking about. But you know, even the subject of boots, you see how people grasp the idea of the hard, heavy boot again, and when we took them out there in Southern California and showed them what the limbers did,
Oh yeah.
they said, man, I'm gonna start thinking twice about, you know, not ultralight, but trail runners.
Especially a couple of guys that fell.
Especially some of these traverses that we've been doing, especially downhill
There's
traverses.
no way them sneakers would.
Yeah, I would slip. I would fall.
Oh, there were a couple times when even I slipped just a little bit because the snow was just soft enough.
Yeah.
You know, but
Or you can't even get your shoe to make a hole because it's so icy.
because it's so icy.
Yeah. And then you just have to rely on the shoe to grip.
Or choose your path. Remember,
Yeah.
sometimes we step off the trail, you know, and we think, oh, we could step into there and it'll just be like ice. And I said, we got to go around and go over there. Some of that stuff is what's got to be covered. How long it's going to take to write may not be that long because it's all up here flying around. I've already written it. I've already kind of foreseen even the way I want to write it, the way I want to lay it out.
Maybe we should get one of those voice recognition software for you.
Well, I don't know.
You're gonna have to learn how to type.
I know how to type.
With more than 2 fingers.
I've been down that road already. Took typing twice.
Twice. But you can write. You just can't type.
Yeah, I do.
I'm giving you a hard time.
I